So I just put Otis food out for him, and then and he's having a blast eating it. Mm, I'm so happy. His mouth is so small, so it's going to take him a while to be done with it. Hello. So today I had this brilliant idea to put on makeup. I don't know the thing about putting on makeup for me. Every activity of that. Every time I try to do so, I always experience something new. And funny enough, I don't have um most of my stuff here because I left most of it in the old place I was living, and so I decided I decided not to carry the makeup purse entirely. So, and what I want to do with my face, I want to use a lot of black eyeliner, and I don't have that here. I don't even have eyeshadow, nothing. I don't know. Are you don't notice? Okay. So I don't even know what exactly is going to be the makeup here. I just have this concealer palette, um, foundation. What is this? Foundation, Mary Kay foundation, and a bunch of brushes. Like I didn't even take my eyeshadow stuff. Okay, so I don't know. I feel a bit lightheaded right now, and I had an experience this morning earlier today. You know that place where you wake up or you're kind of asleep, so you're awake. So I was feeling really sleepy, so I slept back. But then I put on this nervous system regulation sound to play as I slept. And do you know, it felt like after a while I could not hear anything again except those bells. You know those bowls now that they used to play, like they say you are regulating your whatever is on YouTube sha. The sounds separated. Then I was hearing the bells as if the bells were coming from a different source, and I was hearing the bowls, like the trickling sound of like water coming from a different side. And then me myself, I could not hear anything again. It was like the world had the world had gone out of focus hearing wise, because I don't think my eyes were struggling to even stay open. So I feel like I was in sort of a lucid state, because then I saw myself on a train, and then I don't know, I had all kind of dream, and dream was so, like, the start of the dream was benign. It was like uh, I'm no longer at that place I was, yeah, where I'm coming from. I'm no longer there. So this person that is there believes I'm in another state, and but I'm not in that state. I'm here in this state. Then, but in the dream, I saw this person, and this person was with other people that I knew, and this person was in a better form. You know, they were healthier and everything. I was happy to see them, but I was also present there. So it was like, is this person seeing me? Do you get? Because the person did not address me, did not look at me, did not pay attention to me, but it felt like, so me, I felt safe that they wouldn't know that I was there, but it felt like they could see me. You know, it felt like they could perceive me, but they didn't want me to know that they could perceive me. So I would just keep on being there. But anyways, everybody was going, it was like a party sort of, and all of us were like going. So me, so I went out then, and then it got to the point where my people were congratulating her on something good that happened to her, and me, I was just standing there, and I wanted to follow them to go, but I don't know, it's as if she knew I was there. Like it's as if she knew I was there, but she was acting like she didn't know I was there, because then she would have to explain how she knows that I'm there. Do you get? She'll have to explain why she saw through my lie. But is it a lie really, or I just don't want to give up information of where I was or where I am currently? So it was so stressful, and I was just, it wasn't stressful because I was just standing there like centered the hand. And the other thing that other people could see me, like they knew I was there because they knew the truth that I was not where I said I was. Okay, so of course I followed them here for some reason, for reason, maybe the celebration or whatever. What is that? You done? Let me go and check for him. I'm putting one foot on the floor. What is like playing with legs or foot or feet? I don't know. I do not feel long. I feel like I want to eat more, but I know I will not finish it, so I'll put more later. That time has passed. What did you want to be? Anyway, the dream started going haywire, and I got to the end, and I was like, not really scared, but more sad when I woke up. And what I could see from it, what I felt is like it was just a manifestation of some thought, some sort of fear. I mean, the haywire part of the dream. If the girl knows that, if the person knows that I'm not where I say I am, that's up to them. They can keep it to themselves. Let of us keep pretending we don't know anything. But that haywire part of the dream feels like it was just a manifestation of an old fear. And I'm like, okay, let me just face the fear then. Like, I think the fears are just like, they have no basis, you know. They are just, what do you call this thing? Unsubstantiated magnifications of some thoughts, you know. Anyways, yeah. So I'm going to start with putting on foundation, and then I'll just put on the concealer as to double as like a shadow or something, like to just paint my face. Otis, you don't please. So Otis is with me here on my bed. My bed is on the floor. So I don't know if you'll be able to see me though, but you guys probably have your own makeup routine now. Me, I usually don't wear makeup. To me, makeup is drag, and drag is something you just wear. What I'll be to you. Drag is something you just wear, on occasion. It's not an everyday thing, and again, it's sort of like a ceremonial thing, So why is your PP wet? That means you've peed somewhere, and I'm not aware. Yeah. Ah! Don't tell me you pee on my bed, oh. I'll beat you, eh? Wait. Okay. I won't beat him. I'll never beat Toasties for that. But he's actually a very smart boy. He never pees on places. He goes to a corner on the ground and he pees. I'll beat you. That's an empty threat. So I don't know. Do I need to put on concealer? I was talking to my friend yesterday, and she was saying like sometimes you might want to stay the feeling of the things you want to give yourself, but sometimes that might be overwhelming. So it's better to just repeat the words to yourself, and that's what I've been doing. And I feel like me repeating the words to myself is what triggered that haywire dream where some kind of fear was so like the things that you want, the things that you desire, they are so not frivolous in the sense that when you start to focus on that desire, when you start to say, oh, I'm giving myself this desire, all of a sudden you get triggered, or you start having dreams with very specific, like nightmarish forms, with specific fears, and you're like, what does this mean? But like, instead of being deterred, like me now, instead of being deterred, I'm just going to keep on saying it because that means like I'm on the right path. That means I'm very directed. I don't want to put my glasses because then I won't see what I'm doing. So like I won't see what I'm doing. So I'm going to make a lot of drag look around my glasses. I don't even have a mirror to look at here. What is why? He's chewing my food like a true toy, and I get it is because he's feeding. This place is going to be out of view because I don't have all this like ring light or whatever. That's fine. Let's just put it in case. Um so I was saying about dreams. So like the dreams that you have, it's not for you to be like, oh, these are a prophecy. Sometimes they are just manifestations of your fears. And what do you do when you get the information that okay, this is what I'm scared of? Do you cower? Do you run away from it? Do you go to some nebulous entity to start crying and casting and binding? Like these are your fears, they are somewhere on the inside of you. You can make peace with it and you can tell it to leave. Like, and it's not a telling process that, oh, fear, leave. No, it's just an allowing that, oh, I understand that because fear, at the basis of fear is the um survival instinct, okay? When you experience fear, it's probably your body telling you that this thing is going to kill you. Your brain telling you that this thing is going to kill you. So with this fear emotion, you need to run, you need to run away, you need to leave it alone, you need to avoid it. And it's like that was important for evolutionary Homo sapiens. But as a person, an individual in the here and the now, there is no lion banging on my door. I'm not scared of being mauled to death by a head of buffaloes, wild buffaloes. And it's like, so why should I run away? So what am I running away from? If this fear is originating from the inside of me, does that not mean that my brain is telling me to run away from myself? And does that not mean, and myself being what triggered this fear, desire? So my fears were telling me that I should not want the things that I want. And you see how very how to call it, what to call it, how very, is it paradoxical? Yes, because it's paradoxical in the sense that I want, so I want it, but then again, I fear it. Do you get? So which is it, man? Which is it, body? Which is it, brain? Which is it, king? Are you scared? Like, if you are so scared of such a desire, why do you want it in the first place? How did the desire come about? If it's something that is risking your survival, somebody must be lying. And for me, the person that is lying is the fear instinct, the fear me, the fearful me. That is the person that is lying. That is the energy that is a lie. That is not, it's not even a lie, more of an untruth. You get, it's not real, it's illusionary. And I probably picked it up somewhere along the way growing up, being socialized to exist in this type of messed up system that we live in or we grow up in. So anyways, so what I'm saying is like that fear now, looking at it is just going to be um it's just going to be, a tell. Yet like it's just going to, for me, it's just going to be a tell of where I should focus my energy on right now, which is that this fear, you are illusionary, and the things I want are more real to me. Like they are more real, they have more substance, and I want them. Like I'm not like, I want them more than I fear. Do you get? That's why this desire could come out in, I could I could sleeping on that, dozing under my leg now. What is this fear? Like that's why I can put it into words. By the time you put things into words, that means it has already built up itself to have a foundation inside of you. It already has weight for it to come forth out of your mouth in words. So it's like me, I stated this desire that I wanted like just last night, and then this morning I'm having a fear-based dream, a dream manifestation, a trigger. Do you get? So I'll keep listening to those nervous system regulation sound because at the end of the day, the the sounds actually allowed exposed the fear to me, to get removed me from the hubbub of my busy brain, and I was able to look at something, a part of me or something that was inside of me that was very clear. And now I can be like, I release you fear, I release you, you have no business. I don't, and you don't argue with your fears, because let me tell you, they are the best district attorney you've ever seen. So you don't argue with your fears, you don't try to invalidate it. You accept it in the sense that, okay, I see that you are here for my protection so far. But at this point in time, where I can elucidate, when I can enunciate, sorry, when I can enunciate this specific desire, I don't I don't think that you are needed anymore, because that means I'm no longer scared of the desire. Do you get? I'm no longer scared of wanting this thing for myself. All this while I've been scared of wanting this specific thing for myself, and I could not enunciate it, and you were there as a safe lock mechanism, and you're protecting me, and I appreciate you for protecting me. You got me through, some situations that I probably would not have, survived it. But you got me through it, and now I feel safe enough to enunciate it. The obvious safety is the safety is very evidenced by the fact that I can enunciate my desire, this specific desire. So that means I'm safe. Dear fears, thank you for being there for me. Thank you my brain for, activating it and activating my body, to protect me from the dangers of this or the perceived danger. But I can assure you now that there's no longer any danger, and you can go to rest. You can, you know, melt away. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I love you, and I let you go today. I let you go in this moment. So it's very, very emotional, like when you grow up, you are taught that run away, like the church system I grew up in, the religious system I grew up in, you are taught to fear your fears. That's how double layered it is. You are taught to fear your fears, you are taught to fear your desires, even. Exactly. You are taught to fear your desires. Your desires are supposed to be what? Fleshy. And anything of the flesh is what? A killer, basically. Is a straight up agent of the devil. And it's like, okay, why won't it make sense that I feel like the idea of wanting what I want is going to kill me? Because they'll say that if you follow your flesh, you will die. I don't even know where it is in the Bible anymore, but there's a passage in the Bible that goes, um something something of the flesh, wages of the fruits, the wages of sin is, no, it's not wages, it's just something flesh, die and all of that. Well, people that are Bible scholars, let me know. But anyways, of course, when you grow up thinking that anything that you desire is going to lead you to the devil's enchantment. Do you understand? Of course, you are going to reject yourself. You are going to reject your own voice. You are going to reject your own beliefs in yourself. You are going to reject everything you, and you're going to put on something external upon you for protection. But now that I've let go of that system, it's like when autumn comes and the leaves are falling, you still have to wait. Like the tree is obviously, dead, but the leaves have to fall off. Do you get? The leaves have to fall off, and throughout the period of autumn until winter, you see the leaves falling off. So me, I feel like I've left it. I've left the church, I've left the system, but those dead leaves, they will be manifesting themselves like this. And when you have desires, it's like a sign of new fruit, coming forth. And for the new fruit to come from, the old one has to go away. So this desire cannot stay where fear is, because this fear is antithetical to my desire, this specific desire. And so I'm so happy that I was able to isolate the fear and have released it now. And unlike the system of the religion where you have to beat a dead horse when you want to have something done, as I've just released the fear, that's the end of it. And I can focus on my desire and focus on fine tuning my desire. The desire is like a raw material. fine tune it. That's the fun of living actually. You can fine tune your desires, you can make it specific in certain ways. You like saying, I want to eat peanut butter. And there's plenty types of peanut butter in this world. There's Nutella, there's Skippy, there's one of there are new brands, even in this Nigeria. So there are new brands. So you can like go to the before you go to the grocery store, you already have an idea of what you want, what type of peanut butter you want, but you might not know. So when you get to the grocery store and you see different variations on what they offer, you can now pick it. But it's not like that exactly, but it's kind of like that. I don't know if you get me. So I think enough of the foundation. It's even medium coverage. So now I want to play with my concealer. I want to use it um kind of like eyeshadow, because I don't need concealer. I just want to draw something on my face. And I need to, and where will I draw it? It will have to be on my eyes, and my eyes are covered by my glasses. So how am I going to remove my glasses, see what I'm doing? I think the next move for me would be for me to get contacts, because this life is not it at all. I'm too tired of wearing glasses, to be honest. Okay, which one should I use? Okay, look at the palette. There are like four major colors there: the white, pink, green, orange. And I want to make a splash. You know this makeup style where like the bright color will just go from left to right, stuff like that. Okay, I know what I'll do. So this place doesn't have the brightest rays of the sun. If I go up there to the chair, you'd see me clearer. But Otis is lying down underneath my feet. Can you see Otis? And I don't want to disturb him. I'll feel bad. So let's just work with the light in here. I just wanted to do this thing to talk a little bit and paint my face. So I'm using orange. Already kind of messed it up, but I just want something very bright. Yeah, this is exactly what I imagined in mind. So let's go in and emphasize. I want to scatter the line though. That is and that is my makeup. Let's do the other one now. This boy piece. If you notice, I shaved up my brows, but I don't have a pencil to. Oh, wait, oh, that fucking rain. My towel is outside. I washed it since yesterday. I beg. I don't want rain to beat it. Omo, looks like rain. Oh, oh. No, 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 no. Okay, false alarm. It was not rain. Somebody was just probably pouring water or something from upstairs. So this is the look. This is the look. I'll take pictures of it though. Yeah. Put something on my lips. I have this color of lipstick, but it's so pink. You know pink now. Pink is also awesome in color. It's kind of Little white puppy be. Mm. Otis is just laying here. He has moved from my. The day I left, he followed me. I miss Otis. So. No mine, he's my brother's puppy. But I'll miss him, sha. I'm just about ready to leave though. It's so just push and pull. Like it's not push and pull per se, it's like they are pushing and pulling at the same time. Anything that would motivate me to stay would be Otis, but then again, this is not my space, you get. And then something I've learned traveling is that um you can't just occupy people's space indefinitely without a plan. You have to know in your mind when you want to leave, and which is one of the biggest pitfalls of the first place I stayed at. I was so convinced that they were, open-hearted and generous towards me, but even the generosity has a limit, and that is very normal, very human. I do not begrudge them of anything. If anything, they gave me a landing, which is so incredible, in the moment when I desperately need to get out. I desperately needed to get out. So, anyways, even if it's your family members, like you can't just mooch off of somebody just because they are close to you. You get, especially when you have your own space waiting for you, which I do. I have my own space now waiting for me, just that I don't have necessities, each I can always, like, I can just trust that I'll be provided for, sure. I just trust King to provide them for me. But I can't say, but I won't say because, oh, I don't have social necessities like a bed, plate, spot, all those things. I'll now stay indefinitely in somebody's house. No, I rather go to that empty apartment and look at the walls and look at the sky and trust that I'll be provided for, or I am provided for. So, what do you think of my lip look? It looks so, it's even making me feel like I need to add a bit of blush, but I won't. Don't worry, I won't add blush. I just like how very off it is. It looks off from what I see, which is perfect. I don't want to look melded together when I do makeup. I want it to look like an odd thing on my face. I don't want it to look like it makes sense. I want it to look like I'm putting stuff on my face, like I put stuff on my face. It's more in alignment with the inside, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, yeah. But anyway, that has been today's video, and it was nice chatting with you guys. Should I hold Otis up to pose? Otis, I'm sorry, you want to sleep? Yeah, sorry, let's pose. Doing my makeup with Otis. Sorry.